Part 2 of Into the Pit. Five Nights at Freddy's. Let me find the place of that. Jeff's Pizza used to be something big and better now than it was now. There were tons of unused floor space and lots of unused electrical outlets along the base of the walls. Also on the far wall was a stage, a small stage, even though there were no performances there. Not even so much as a karaoke night. It was a strange place. Sad and not what it once had been, like the rest of the town. So, dang it, what was I gonna say? Also, do you like my light over there? It's a FNAF light. Don't mind the ladder, I was doing some decoration. Just need to put some stuff up. Oh, so I was saying, not all of this is actually what it says in the book. I'm trying to make it a bit more brighter and have, a bit more eccentric, making the words a bit different. That being said, the pizza was decent. More important, there was only pizza in town. If you didn't count the kind of frozen food department in the snack space. A few good restaurants in town, including Gino's Pizza and Marco's Pizza, which, unlike Jeff's, had real pizza maker names, had closed their doors not long after the meal had. So, you'll give me the money for the pizza? Oswald asked. Since Dad's travel, Oswald's allowance had dwindled to practically nothing. Dad smiled. Kind of sad smile. It seemed to Oswald. So we're bad off, but we're not so bad. We're not so bad off that I can't spot you. Wait. I can or can't. I don't know. Spot you $3.50 for a slice and a soda. Okay, Oswald sighed. It was hard to say no to a warm, gooey cheese slice. Since it wasn't a school night and wouldn't be again for quite some time, Oswald stayed up after Dad and went to the bed and watched an old Japanese monster movie with Jinx curled up purring on his lap. Oswald had seen a lot of B-grade Japanese horror films, but this one, Zendrelix versus Mecha-Zendrelix, was new to him. As always, Zendrelix just looked like a giant dragon thing, but Mecha-Zendrelix reminded him of the mechanical animals he drew when he stripped them of their fur. He laughed at the movie special effects. The trains Zendrelix destroyed was clearly a toy, and at how the actor's lips movements didn't match the dubbed in English, and how, though, he always found himself rooting for Zendrelix, even though he was just a guy in a rubber suit. Somehow he managed to have a lot of personality. In bed, he tried to count his blessings. He didn't have much Ben. He didn't have much Ben. That makes no sense, but he had monster movies and library lunchtime pizza slices. It was better than nothing, but it still wasn't going to be enough to keep him going all summer. Please, he wished. His eyes closed tight. Please, let something interesting happen. Oswald woke up to the smell of coffee and bacon. The coffee he could do without, but the bacon smelled amazing. Breakfast meant time with his mom, often. The only time he got with her until the weekend. After one necessary stop, he hurried down to the hall, into the kitchen. Wow, look at that! My rising sixth grader has risen. Mom was standing over the stove in her fuzzy pink bathrobe, her blonde hair pulled back in a ponytail flipping. Oh yeah, were those pancakes? Hi, Mom. She opened her arms. I demand a morning hug. Oswald sighed like it annoyed him, but he went over and hugged her. It was funny. With Dad, he had always said he was too old for hugs, but he never turned down his mom's open arms. Maybe it was just because he didn't get to spend much time with her during the week. Well, he and Dad spent so much time together, they sometimes got in each other's nerves. Mom missed him and felt bad for having to work, sorry. Just choking. Job at snack space. But he also knew that Dad's job at snack space was also just part-time. Mom's long hours were most of the reason the bills were getting paid. Mom always said that adult life was a fight between time and money. The more money you earn to spend on bills and necessities, the less time you get to spend with your family. It was a difficult balance. Oswald sat down at the kitchen table and thanked his mom when she poured his orange juice. First day of summer break, huh? Mom went back up to the stove to scoop up a pancake with her spatula. Uh-huh. He probably should have tried to sound more enthusiastic, but he couldn't muster up the energy. She slid the pancake onto his plate and then served him 2 strips of bacon. Not the same without Ben, huh? He shook his head. He wasn't gonna cry. Mom ruffled his hair. I know it's a bummer, but hey, maybe a new friend will move to town. Oswald looked at her hopeful face. Why would anybody even move here? Okay, I see your point, Mom said, piling on another pancake. But you never know. Or maybe somebody cool already lives here. Somebody you don't even know yet. Maybe, but I doubt it. Oswald said, those pancakes are great, though. Mom smiled and ruffled his hair again. Well, I've got the gun for me anyway. What, do you want my bacon? If you do, you better grab it up before your dad gets in here and beckons it all up. My dad does do that. He doesn't live in the house, though. He lives in a trailer. Sure, it was Oswald's personal policy to never refuse more bacon. Bacon. You don't think a bunny will eat bacon, but... The library was actually kind of fun. He found the latest book in a science fiction series he had liked, and among that he looked interesting. I love manga and anime. Yeah. They're my earrings. Good. Oh, they're right here. You can't really see them from over there. Looked interesting. As always, he had to wait forever to use the computers because they were all taken by people who looked like they had no place else to be. Men with scraggly beards wearing layers of ratty clothing to thin women with sad eyes and bad teeth. He waited his turn politely, knowing that some of these people used the library for shelter during the day, then spent the night out on the streets. Jeff's pizza was as weird as he remembered. The big empty space beyond the booths and tables was like a dance floor, but where nobody danced. These walls were painted a pale coat of yellow. I'm pretty sure but they must have used cheap paint or only one Coke because the shapes of whatever had been on the walls before were still visible. It had probably been some kind of mural of people or animals, but now it's just shadows behind thin field of yellow paint. Oswald sometimes tried to figure out what the shapes were, but they were too blobby to make out. Looking at this, but not me. The probably the drama, like Freddy or Chica. God, man, I hate Chica. She's gross. She eats garbage. She eats too much. Roxy isn't even back there. Same with Monty. Did I think? Oh man, what is his name? What is his name? Foxy? Man, I haven't seen that dude in a long time. He went missing a long time ago. I don't know what happened to him, but I know. Vinny probably did it. Happened to me. Well, Monty got controlled by Vinny. It had probably been, yeah. Then there was a stage that never got used, standing empty, but seemingly waiting for something, though a feature even weirder than the stage lay back in the right corner. Was a large rectangular pen surrounded by yellow knitting, but it had been roped off with a sign that said, "Do not use." The pen itself was filled with red, blue, and green plastic balls that had probably been brightly colored once, but then were faded, fuzzy with dust. Oswald knew that ball pits had been popular features in kiddie playlands, but had largely disappeared because of concerns about hygiene, after all. Who was going to disinfect all these balls? Oswald had no doubt that if ball pits... God, I'm gonna laugh when saying balls. Like Freddy Fastballs. I love that meme. Just hilarious. And the Freddy twerking meme. I don't know. No, it's not that funny. It's not that funny. It's not that funny. It's not that funny. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Had still... No, I'm just a fucking weirdo. Don't mind me, Carson. Oswald had no doubt that ball pits had still been popular then. When he was little, his mom wouldn't have let him play in one. As a licensed practical nurse, she was always happy to point out places she found to be too germy to play in. And when Oswald would complain that she never let him have any fun, she'd say, "You know what's not fun? Pink eye." I've had it before. It's not fun. Just promise it. Don't put any poopy in your eye. That's gross. No, I had it when I was a little kid. Except for the empty stage in the ball pit, the strangest feature in Jeff's pizza was Jeff himself. He seemed to be the only person who worked here. Only person that worked here. So he both took orders at the counter and made the pizzas, but the place was never crowded enough that this was a problem. Today, like all other days, Jeff looked as if he hadn't slept in a week. His dark hair was sticking up in weird places, and he had alarming bags under his bloodshot eyes. His apron was stained both with ancient tomato sauce. Both recent and ancient tomato sauce, sorry. My throat hurts. What can I get you? He asked Oswald, sounding bored. A cheese slice and an orange soda, please. I hate orange soda, but some are pretty good. I don't mind some, though. Oswald said, I don't like any orange-flavored candies, but I'm fine with the soda. Oswald said. Jeff stared off into the distance as he had to think about whether the request was reasonable or not. Finally, he said, "Okay, $3.50. One thing you could say about Jeff's pizza slices, they were huge. Jeff served them on flimsy paper plates that were too stained with grease. Soon. Oh, that reminds me of the Costco pizzas. Ooh, the Costco cheesy pizzas are the best. People say cheese pizza is bad, but once you have Costco cheesy pizzas, oh man, you'll be hooked." Don't mind me. Filled with grease, and the corners of the triangles always overlapped the plates. Pizza. Sorry. Don't mind me. Oswald's... I should end this. Part 3 coming next. See ya.